If you take a whole economy, or if you look at an economy, you don't limit an economy to just the growth aspect in terms of maybe real GDP or in terms of GDP. And basically, that is what the president, that is what the finance minister, and that is what the entire administration is doing by throwing dust into Ghanaians that the economy is growing. Just because quarter two or quarter three, we have achieved our 7.0 growth. But that is not a basis to say that the economy is growing, because the economy encompasses whole aspects that when you look at other aspects, you realize that we are not doing good as an economy. In fact, this is one of the weakest economy Ghana has ever recorded. And if you permit me, I'll go into the details.
And indicators, for which reason you are arriving at that conclusion.
Exactly.
Yes,
because if you just look at the GDP, well, let's say when you take the entire summation of the GDP, in an economy, someone could contribute more, right, to the growth of the GDP. It doesn't mean that the entire population is doing well. You understand? So probably maybe your contribution to the economy versus the Achim family contribution might be different because they have the resources. Probably whatever Gabi is contributing is making the president think the economy is doing well. Now, if you break the economy down into the various sectors, you realize that we have energy, which is contributing part of the economy. What do you record under the energy? The government or the president currently is leaving 2 billion debts to the incoming administration. Is it an economy that is doing well? Obviously no. Because if the economy was doing well, we will not be leaving 2 billion debt to the next administration. Dollars, $2 billion debt. That is just one aspect, energy sector. Now come to the banking sector. That is the financial sector. Banks made losses under this current administration to the tune of 60 billion, including the Bank of Ghana. That is not an economy that is doing well. If the economy is doing well, we will not be recording such losses. The government, in order to salvage some of these banks, promised that they were establishing a 1.5 billion Ghana Financial Stability Fund to salvage some of these banks. Up to date, it hasn't been established. So the next administration, which is the NDC administration, is likely to face serious banking crisis if this 1.5 billion fund is not established. And so far, according to my checks, we only had 250 million commitments from the World Bank. It's not even in there fully yet. You understand? So you are handing over a collapsed banking sector to the next administration, and yet you are claiming that you have done well. That is not an economy that is doing well.